Hi there, I'm Angus from AngusDriving.co.uk. We're going to look at our fifth test route in the Currie area of Edinburgh today, and we're going to sort of drive it and discuss sort of things that the examiner might be looking for it. It's a wee bit different from the other test routes that we've done, but I'll explain as we go. So we'll get started up and we'll leave the car park. So yeah, just as if we're beginning the test, just sort of checking we're neutral here, starting the car up. So as I leave the car park here, I'm going to be leaving the car park and turning to the right. That's what the examiner might tell you. So just before I leave, just a quick check over both shoulders, checking nobody's coming back in. It's all okay, so off I go. As I leave the car park here, turning right, so mirror signal to the right. Staying in a left position here, just so in case, because it's quite a tight entrance to the car park, just in case anybody wants to come in. It's quite a tight bit down here through the sort of past the shops here. Just taking your time, just not making any sort of, don't accelerate too hard. You don't want to sort of fail your test in the first few seconds. Turning right at the end of the road, so mirror signal. Make sure you return back to the left side of the road after that parked car there. Just a lot of people, you see some people coming up and staying on the right there. It's very blind here, so get my bites with a wee bit of gas. I'm just edging, I can't see that much, I'm just edging a bit by bit. It's very blind here, it's a horrible junction to start with. I've moved it a wee bit forward, I can see cars coming down from my left, so I'm just going to stop here, but I can see along to the right from where I've stopped. I'm just going to put a handbrake on just now. It looks okay through there after this red car. It's all okay, getting a good bit of gas because we're quite uphill, and off I go. Okay, so along here at the roundabout, we're going to be turning to the right, and it'll be the third exit, okay? So speed bumps on the road there, 20 miles an hour zone, okay? So mirror signal to the right, and then second gear as I'm approaching. I'm coming off the power, covering the brake and the clutch. It looks okay, so I'm just going to go lightly on the accelerator again. If it didn't look okay, just braking a bit there, clutch all the way down and going into first, so I was ready. So here comes my exit here, mirror signal to say I'm coming off. With the parked car on the right there, think how that'll affect the traffic coming towards you. Traffic coming towards you is going to then be sitting in the middle of the road, so you just got to be careful. So as I go down here, looking ahead, I can see it going to a 40 miles an hour speed limit ahead. So I'm still at 20 at the moment, so still speed bumps. I'm just checking the mirrors, checking to see if anyone's about to overtake you or anything. If it looks okay, then from here I can accelerate smoothly up to 40. If it didn't look okay and somebody was beginning to start to sort of make sort of an overtaking manoeuvre there and start to pull out, then just sit at the speed you're going at. The car in front's put a signal on. I'm checking my interior mirror, and it's going to slow down to turn in. Next thing I'm doing is I'm just braking lightly, just so I don't get too close to them as they turn in. And off we go. So by checking my mirror there, I can look to see how close the car behind me is. If it's too close, then I might start to brake a wee bit earlier and spread that braking out so that I'm protecting myself from the car behind. I'm not doing any sudden movements in case they're not looking at the car in front of me. So as I come down here, quite a narrow road. If you focus on the curb and white line on the left rather than the bus there, then you'll hold position, no problem. And you'll stay sort of with all the curves off the road. Sorry if the sound goes a wee bit funny here, it's a wee bit bumpy the road. So as I come down here, the first roundabout I'm going to come down to, we're going to go straight on, second exit. Now in your driving test, it's the only way you're going to go at this roundabout, because left, first exit, takes you into Heriot Watt University, so they're not going to take you into there. So straight on second exit. So as I approach, I'm going to check my interior mirror, and then just going to start to brake, because I know I'm going to be slowing down for this roundabout, so I've checked the mirror before that. So I'm slowing down, it's marked in the right lane to go straight on, so pay attention to the road markings. It looks okay, so I'm dropping into second gear, clutch is smoothly up before it curves, and then in I go. I'm just going to stay with the roundabout as I go through because it was marked in the right. I've passed the first exit, so mirror signal, and off I go. Taking a smooth line over to the left curb here and just following this curve. So as I come around here, I'm looking, there's like gardeners and stuff, there's vehicles there looking for any work or anything. They all seem to be over the hedge, so there's nobody sort of around, but if they were nearer the pavement, I might slow down a bit more. Straight on second exit, same again, checking the mirror, coming off the power, beginning to brake gently. Again, it's marked in the right lane to go straight on if you look at the road markings. It all looks okay. So I'm down under 20 into second gear, clutch up smoothly before I go in, and then just staying with the roundabout as I go around, steering myself around, and mirror signal, and off I go. Okay, so this is where, at this roundabout, on this test route, we're going to go left, but it's the second exit. So a lot of people make the mistake here of putting the signal on as they approach. It's the second exit though, so you can't signal as you approach. I'm going to check interior and left as I aim for this lane. I'm braking gently, there's a couple of cars going on, there's a van at the back there, so I'm going to have to stop, going down into first gear, and I'm following around with the curb. After the white van's gone past, it looks okay, so I'm getting the gas going, and off I go. So that's the first exit there. Once I've passed that, mirror signal, and off I go. So So as I come round here, the road merges into sort of the two lanes going to one. I'm just checking interior and right. It should be okay because when I pulled out onto the roundabout there was nobody there, but you're just checking that nobody's doing anything strange and is in that area. So yeah, back to that roundabout. So left, second exit, no signal on approach, check the mirrors and then signal to leave, because otherwise you would look the exact same if you were going left first exit. So it's 40 miles an hour at the moment. You'll see it on some of the lampposts and stuff, the wee 40, still 40. Further ahead it goes into a 50. So as long as no one's overtaking me, I can accelerate smoothly. So I'm just checking the mirrors, nobody around. Unlikely anyone's going to be overtaken by the traffic coming towards you, so I'm accelerating smooth up to 50, or to a speed that's suitable at that time. So I don't want to get too close to the van, but it seems to be doing 50 as well, and I've got a gap. So in dry conditions you want at least 2 seconds, in wet conditions 4 seconds, which is quite a big gap the faster you get. So as I come around here, I'm just following around, looking for sort of anything ahead, like cyclists, anything that's going to cause any problems, but it's looking okay. We're going to take the road on the left coming up, okay? So as I come along here, I'm looking for sort of any signs of it. I can see it coming up, so I'm doing mirror, mirror, signal to the left. It's got a really wide opening, this sort of road, so you use it like a slip road. You're coming down with it and you're braking gently. I know we've got cones, same there's roadworks and traffic lights around the corner. So I'm lowering the speed, I'm down towards, just down to 20 now, into second gear before the turn, steering myself around, looking for these traffic lights. So there's the traffic lights there, and they're at green. I'm just checking interior and right, just to take that line out there, just to check that I'm not sort of doing anything, no one's coming round me or anything. It's a bit strange then. I think these traffic lights are going to be here for a wee while because of the sort of building site there at the Heriot Watt University. So in amongst all of that, I know there's the distraction with the traffic lights, but there's a sign saying national speed limit, which is the white circle with the black diagonal line. So that for a car is 60. Now 60 is going to be too fast for me to drive along here. So obviously a wee bit enclosed, you know, there could be paths or anything coming out the side here, so you could have like walkers or something suddenly popping out. So you're just going at a speed that's suitable. More signs saying some sort of roadworks around the corner, so I'm checking my interior mirror before the road disappears. I'm easing off the power, so I'm anticipating. I can see there's a sign saying 30 miles an hour, so there's a temporary 30 miles an hour speed limit, so I'm not going over 30 at the moment. Now there's somebody at the pavement there, they look all predictable, so they're okay. On the right there's a sign saying end, meaning that's the end of the temporary speed limit. So I'm checking my mirrors, as long as no one's overtaking me, I'm smoothly accelerating and building my speed back up. So 60 is going to be far too fast to go along here, but as long as you're going at a speed that's suitable for what you can see. So currently I'm doing just over 40, I'm doing about 43 miles an hour, and that feels good. It feels like I've got a flow with the road. Now I'm going to take the road on the right coming up. There's the sign to say it's coming up. So I'm doing interior mirror, right door mirror, signal right. I'm positioning myself nice and neatly with the middle of the road here, but not over it, but with the middle of the road. I'm braking gently, the turn's just here at the trees. I'm looking to see if anyone's coming towards me, they're not, so clutch down into second, wait till the centre of that road goes underneath your door mirror, spin yourself in, and then you won't cut the corner. Because of the brow of the hill there, I'm not sure if anybody's coming towards me, so I'm just braking as I approach, and then once I can see, I'm going to select second if I'm happy. If I'm not happy, I'm just going to keep braking. I'm going to select first gear and keep the clutch down. So the road disappears over here. I'm just checking my interior mirror, just so I'm up to date, see if anyone's following me down the road, in case there's anything unknown over the crest of the hill. It looks okay, so I'm demonstrating my use of gears here. I'm in fourth gear, I'm sort of going along at sort of 45 here, and that feels quite good for what I can see. Obviously if you came along here and there was walkers or a horse or something like that, that's not going to be suitable. Further up the road here I can see a sign showing that there's a curve coming up and slow on the road, so I'm checking my mirror, I'm bringing the speed down smoothly. It looks quite tight, so I'm going to select second gear because it looks about 90 degrees. So clutch smooth up before the turn, I'm under 20 and round I go. Okay, so I see a cyclist there. The effect that might have on traffic coming towards me is traffic might pull out to overtake him, but it looks okay. I'm going to be taking the road on the left. It comes up quite quickly, so mirror, mirror, signal, and it's just here. It's quite bumpy this road. They're repairing it at the moment. You can see all the circles around the bumps, around the holes. But yeah, sorry if the sound's a wee bit sort of coming and going there. Same again, just keeping the pace. So if you're unsure, say you'd missed that sign saying national speed limit, how would you know just now that the speed limit is national speed limit? Well, the way you would know is there's no street lights, so it's not 30, there's no speed bumps, so it's not 20, and there's no sign saying anything. So I'm just checking the mirror here. I'm just dropping in second again. It's quite a tight wee corner, just to come climbing round here, just so I come around these corners just in a sort of controlled way, just sort of having a look there. Red van coming towards it. So as I approach, I'm going to check interior and left just to check my position with the side of the road there. And then I can relax the position a wee bit. I know I've got a car further along here. which I'll do the same again. As I come towards it, I can just come off the power a wee bit, because it is quite narrow, checking interior and left, and I'm just keeping to the left there. See it? When there's nobody coming, if there is like sort of the road is a wee bit broken up on the left, you might have big potholes, it would be okay for you to sort of go towards the line and stuff to avoid anything like that. I'm going to take the road on the left coming up, okay? So I'm doing mirror, signal to the left. I'm just braking smoothly, it's quite tight, it really sort of turns back on itself. Second gear should be okay, I'm in second gear, clutch is up, and I'm just focusing around here to the left, staying with that as I come round. And I'm back on the power just to pull through the corner. Looking down the road, it all looks okay. Should get through with cars, no problem and stuff. You can see it's got a wee bit wider here. If you saw something like a big massive lorry or something, maybe it would be worth sitting back there. You could judge it on the day. Further down the road here is a sort of humpback bridge. You can see the sign on the left showing that it gets narrow. So I'm checking my interior mirror. There's somebody on a motorbike parked on the right, but it looks okay. I'm coming in slowly, and it looks okay to proceed. So I'm just going to continue through. I'm watching this guy, he looks okay, he looks very predictable. So, it's not marked up as anybody's right of way there, so just come in slowly, you know, be prepared that you may have to give way. Same again here, narrow again, humpback bridge coming up. So I'm checking the interior mirror, I'm coming off the power, I really can't see, so I'm going to drop down into second gear, because I'm just under 20, just so that if there is somebody I can come through slowly. And then I start to accelerate smoothly. It's quite steep uphill, so I'm using second to sort of push me up the hill a bit, then I'm going to third, once I've built a little bit of momentum. Okay, so I'm just driving up here. There's a few cars coming, interior and left, just to check what I've got left. I'm at the edge of the road here, just going slowly. It's all okay. So yeah, back to the thing. So yeah, no signs, no street lights, and it's not marked, so the default speed would be 60 miles an hour. Okay, so further up the road here, I can see it goes into a 30 miles an hour zone. I also don't know what's over the rise, checking my interior mirror. Okay, find a safe place to pull up and stop. So be careful of the timing of your signal. I'm going to do mirror, signal, don't signal before the junction, but anywhere here beside the curb, so I'm bringing myself in. Okay, and as you've seen in the other test shoot videos, this is going to happen several times during the test. You're going to get pulled up at the side of the road, and once you've pulled up, the examiner may just then tell you to drive on when you're ready. So yeah, we've pulled up. We've come in, did the mirror and signal, pulled up, we broke gently, and then we've gone into, like, we stopped, we've gone neutral, handbrake, and cancelled the signal. A lot of people don't cancel the signal here, and when the examiner says drive on when you're ready, they possibly then pull away, still signalling to the left. So cancel that signal, okay? So drive on when you're ready. So get yourself ready. Clutch down first gear, get your bite, have a quick check round if you're happy with everything, signal on, and release the handbrake. Okay? So prepare, observe, move. Get yourself ready, have a look round, and then move if you're happy. If you look there in your mirrors and you see a white van coming up and you decide I'm not going to go before that white van, don't signal before the white van. Wait till the white van goes past, then signal. So that you're not sitting at the side of the road signaling when you're not going to go. Turning left at the end of the road, so mirror, signal. Braking gently, clutch goes down to first before the curve. I'm going to really follow this curve round because it goes round quite tightly, so I'm coming right round with it. Coming up slowly. Just having a look, it all looks okay. So gas on, clutch up smooth and away. The van parked on the right means that cars coming towards me will then pop out, sort of come off that, so I'm going to stay with the curb as I come down here. So you just sort of, it's like really sort of looking at what other people are going to do, how these things are going to affect you. Down here we come to a set of traffic lights, which we're going to turn right at, which is going to take us down into Balerno. Okay? And a lot of people fail here because they don't realise that the traffic coming from Edinburgh is going to come towards them, so you may have to give way depending on what's happening. So as I come down here, there's the traffic lights, I'm going to turn right. So I'm doing mirror, signal. Okay? I'm braking gently and I'm going to stop before the cycle box, but with the line. Now on the road there, you'll see two sort of kind of dashed lines coming out the end of the cycle box there. So when it goes green, I'm going to go into that position, I'm going to slightly curve around to the left, and I'm going to be looking down over to the left over there, where that Volvo is. So there we go, we're moving forwards, okay? So into this wee box, right, and then just slightly curve around just to here. Now after this Golf, it looks okay. So I'm not going past the point of turn, I can steer and round I go. Okay, but a lot of people there move like they go out and they just turn, not realising that the traffic's going to come towards them. So I'm looking to see if the signs are flashing. They're not flashing at the moment, so it's still 30 miles an hour. If that sign was flashing, it'd be 20 miles an hour. Staying out of this cycle lane. It's got a dashed line around the side of it. If I had to go into it, I could, as long as it was clear. But yeah, there's no reason for me to be in it at the moment, so I'm going to stay out of it. So if those signs were flashing saying 20, it would extend into the other end of the school, which is here, and there's a 30 sign on the back of that sign up there. It's very hidden with the trees. So I'm staying off these cars, just checking the mirrors, just as I sort of take a line out. I'm going to go straight on at the roundabout, second exit, following the road ahead. So I'm checking the mirrors and coming back after cars. Looks okay, so I'm going to go into second gear and we're going to continue staying on the outside of the roundabout as I go round. Okay, then mirror signal to say I'm coming off. A lot of people, when I'm out on lessons, seem to decide to drive over that roundabout. I know it's got a curve that's a wee bit lower. The reason that curve's lower there is so that buses, because it'll be too tight for them, they can go over it. But yeah, you're not meant to go over it in your car. And also, if you're going straight on the second exit at a roundabout, you should be in the left position. Okay, so up here, if you come up to Balerno, you're going to do your manoeuvre up here usually. So I'd like you to stop beside the lamp post coming up on the left. So mirror, signal, braking gently and bringing myself in. I'm looking at the curb run up there, I'm looking at the mirror, and I'm just squeezing my clutch down and I'm just coming to a stop here. Okay, handbrake on, neutral, cancel signal. So we're now going to do a manoeuvre. In this case, we're going to use the corner in front to reverse round. So we'll go past the junction, stopping on the other side, reversing back into this street. So usually it'd either be this corner or the next corner you would reverse round, or you would do a turn in the road on this road, which is quite busy. So if you, it'd be worth, like if you're doing driving lessons, if you've not been up here with your instructor, it'd be worth coming up here to sort of have a look at some of these things, because it's I'm sure you can do a turn in the road okay, but just sort of get used to maybe possibly having traffic sort of queuing up on either side while you're doing it. So from here I'm going to go past the junction and stop. So I'm going to get myself ready, quick check round, all looks okay. And then I'll show a wee signal just to leave the side of the road. Now, I'm going to be signalling to come back in, but I don't want to signal too early, so I'm going to wait till I'm in the centre of the road. So mirror signal now. And then when I stop here, I don't want to stop too close to the curb. I want to leave a wee channel so that I can do this whenever I can see what I'm doing. So then handbrake on, neutral, cancel signal. And I'm going to go into reverse. So you won't start this if anyone's driving up and down the road or anybody's walking behind you. Like sort of on the pavement here. So there's one person walking, there's people coming towards me down the road, but I might be able to get a wee bit done before they get here. So I'm getting myself ready. Now it's a very long road, so there's a car coming, but like I'll maybe wait for it, just because by the time this person gets past, I don't want to be reversing with that person coming towards me. So I can check both shoulders at the moment, checking all blind spots, it all looks okay, so I'm off I go. So I'm going slowly back, and I'm just trying to stay with that curb. So at the moment the curb's running straight, so I'm just keeping the wheels straight. Just check, and I'm just going back slowly. Now I can see down in the background there is a car coming up the road, so I can get a wee bit done before it comes. The curb's beginning to curve, so I'm starting to follow it. I'm checking round, and the car's coming a wee bit closer, so I'm coming to a stop. So I'll just wait here, and the car will go round me. Now, I'm blocking the road a wee bit because I'm sort of sitting here. I'm going to wait for these people, okay? So the car seems to be waiting, so I'm going to continue on, reversing round the corner, coming round. I'm just coming round, staying with the curb. These people are waiting for me to complete this manoeuvre, and it's all okay. So it was better for me just to keep going there. I'm just coming round with that curb, just keep following it, and I'll just wait for these people to go past, just so I'm not moving when they're right at me. It's a bit of a hill now, so I'm going to put the handbrake on as I take this hill on. This car is going to be turning in, so I'm going to sit still just as this car turns in, so I'm not reversing with it beside me. Checking all around, both shoulders, it all looks okay, so I'm just staying with this curb as I come back. Really keep those observations going straight because the curb's going straight, and you just keep reversing back slowly until the examiner says stop. But I'll be around about this area. So at this area here, the examiner's going to say that's great, just stop there. So when you're ready, you're going to leave here and we're going to turn to the right, okay? So there's a taxi coming up behind me there, so I'm just going to sit still just as it goes past, and then after it's gone, I'm going to check them round and open my blind spot and put a signal on and off I go. If that taxi had arrived when I was halfway round it, then I'm going to have to start to pull back forward so I'm not obstructing the taxi. Okay, so it's quite busy here, it's going to sit. So very worthwhile coming up here to have a practice on some of these corners, because that one's a very funny shape. It starts off downhill and then it goes uphill, and also the curb sort of swoops back round on itself quite heavily. Okay, so I'm pulling out of here, it looks okay. So once you've pulled out of here, I'd like you to pull up on the left in a safe place. So here we go, so I'm just going to pull up here, okay? So anywhere here, there's no line saying I can't stop here, and yeah, I don't want to stop over a driveway, don't want to stop opposite a parked car if it can be helped, and I don't want to stop like in a bus stop, these sort of things, but I'm sure you've gone over that with your instructor. So we're now going to do an emergency stop. So in your driving test, you'll do one manoeuvre, you may do an emergency stop, and you'll do around about 10 minutes of independent driving. So for the emergency stop, if you get the emergency stop, they're going to pull you up and they're going to say, we're going to do the emergency stop. So they'll explain, you'll drive down the road at the speed you normally would. They're going to have a look around to check that it's safe to carry out the emergency stop. And so they're going to look around, and then they're going to say stop and put the hand up. At that point you're going to perform an emergency stop. So yeah, here I normally drive down here towards 30 I suppose, so we'll give that a go, and then when we say stop we're going to stop. So I'll get myself ready, quick check round. I'll just wait, actually there's one car coming out there at the junction, I don't want to do it with them behind me. There's a Mini in the background, I'll just wait for that to go past, just so the examiner wouldn't do this with anybody behind you, so they would get you to wait at this point. If while you were sort of driving, about to do it, and somebody did somehow get behind you, come out of a driveway or something, the examiner will then just say we're no longer going to do it. Okay, so it all looks okay, so off I go. So I'm driving down the road at the speed I normally would, so I'm just accelerating smoothly, and when the examiner says stop, I'm going to perform this, okay? So stop, okay, so that's me stopped very quickly, saying handbrake on and into neutral, okay? So the examiner will then say, I won't ask you to do that again, drive on when you're ready. So I'm going to go clutch down to first gear, get your bite, have a quick check over both shoulders all round, and if you're happy, then off you go, okay? It's important you check both shoulders, because where you stop there, you're not neat to the side of the road anymore. So you've got your blind spot on the left, could potentially have something like a cyclist or something coming through. Now it's unlikely, you just did an emergency stop in the test, that there's going to be a cyclist there, because the examiner wouldn't do it. But yeah, just to show the examiner that you're aware that if it was in real life, then you'd have to look at that. We're going straight on second exit around it, so I'm braking gently into second gear, it looks good. So through I go. Okay, so I'm doing mirror signal. I'm just following round with that cycle in there. So for the emergency stop, you won't look in the mirrors before you perform it, and you just, you know, like when they say stop, you're just going for it. That's the reason they're looking around for you. They're checking that it's clear to carry out the manoeuvre. Okay, so just making sure you don't go over 30 going up here. Very hot. I've got the fans off to make sure that there's not sound from the fan, so that the audio sounds a bit better. But it's a really hot day. Turning right at the traffic lights up here. It's a mirror signal. It's a bit weird just staying on the right here, looking at the sort of road here, and just stopping before this cycle box. So down into first gear, and then it's just changed. I'm going to put the handbrake on just while this car gets out of the way, get my bite, plenty of gas because it's a hill, and then off I go, just following round. Because you've got a green arrow rather than a green circle, that means you can turn to the right. You're not going to have anybody coming towards you. If it's a green circle, be aware that usually you're going to possibly have somebody, all the traffic coming towards you, so you can turn right as long as it's safe to do so. Making sure you don't go over 30 coming down here. It's very easy, it's downhill, it's open, and the majority of the traffic is probably going to go over 30 ahead of you. So it's very easy to follow it and suddenly be going over the speed limit. Now we're going to take the road on the left down here. So you'll see the street sign front on the wall coming up. So mirror signal. And then just braking gently, bringing the speed down, just down to under 20, clutch down to second, clutch up before the curve, and then just following round, staying with that curve. The signs there say 20, very easy to miss, but what you will see is a speed bump on the road, so we're back to a 20 miles an hour zone. So we're just making our way through this area. Down here we're going to take the road on the right, okay? So as I come down, doing mirror signal to the right. There's no white lines, but there's a tar line. Use that as your marker. Stay neat with that, but don't go over it. We're going in on the other side of this hatched area, so use the second line in the hatched area. When the second line goes underneath the door mirror, spin us in, and that'll take you in nice and neatly into your road. Okay, so we're just driving down here. Just watching this guy. His dog is on a lead. If it wasn't, I'd be slowing down a wee bit more, but it is on a lead. So just watching him. That's good. So just following down here. And you're just at a relaxed pace in these housing estates. You've got, you know, you're just making your way through. So find a safe place to pull up and stop. So it looks quite good down here. So I'm going to do mirror signal. I'm just going to brake gently. I'm going to stop just before this driveway here. Okay, so that's me stopped. So handbrake on, neutral, cancel signal. So we're now going to do the independent drive. Now on this test route, on the other test routes that we've done, it's usually been like following some sort of signs, because like there's lots of them available. But there's not going to be signs in the housing estate telling you sort of Glasgow or Kilmarnock or Edinburgh, whatever. So what they're going to do on a test route like this is they're going to give you a list of directions. They won't give you too many, maybe sort of two sort of directions, and then they'll give you 2 directions, maybe even 3, but it won't be too many. If you did forget, you can ask, and if you did go the wrong way, it doesn't really matter too much, okay? So for example, they'll tell you, I'd like to drive down this road, and we're going to take the second road on the right, and then once we've turned into that road, I'd like you to take the first road on the right. So let's do that. So clutch down first, you get the bike, prepare, quick check through the mirrors over the right, it looks okay, so that's observed, and then we're signalling, releasing the handbrake, and that's us move. So prepare, observe, move. Make sure you sort of do that, make sure you check that blind spot, because if you don't, the examiner will not miss it. That's exactly what they're looking for when you're pulling away. So the blind spot's the area that mirror does not cover. So here's that was the first road up there, this is the second road on the right here, so mirror, signal. Staying with this tar line, I'm looking down the road, it all looks okay, so I'm waiting for the centre of that road to go under, and I'm spinning it in, and I'll come round and then I'm spinning it straight. So that's as in the next direction was the first road on the right, so I'm driving along looking for that. I don't see it at the moment. Checking interior and right, just to take a smooth line off this car, making sure I'm far enough off it if it opens a door or anything, I'm clear of it. Checking interior and left, just as I filter back into that position. You're checking that the car isn't moving, you're checking there's nothing behind it, you're checking you've cleared it and you're not sort of too tight to that vehicle. So again, just sort of continuing along here, and so yeah, with your sort of basic rules which you've gone over with your instructor and sort of the highway code, if the obstruction's on your side, then it's not your right of way, you have to give way, and if the obstruction's on the other side, then the other person should give way. So like here, if there was cars coming towards you, you'd hope they'd give way because the parked cars are on their side. So just staying off these people, and then just checking the mirrors as I come back in. So this could be the first road. No, it's not, it's a car park, so it might look like it, so I'm continuing round. And then I'm looking down here. Now, with it coming round here, this car should give way to me because it's coming towards me and the obstruction's on its side. I'm going to be turning right just after this car, so mirror signal. It's maybe nice to give these people a wee thanks just to show that you understand that they've given way. But it's not, yeah, you don't have to. So here, it's not my right of way, so I'm going to have to come in slowly just to check that it's okay to go past this. It looks okay, so I'm checking interior and right. It's quite difficult because it's on a curve there, okay? Now, if you did start to go through and you're sort of like a wee bit around and then you realise that, oh, there's somebody coming, so like here, that's a bit strange, there's a good example, but they sort of popped out of there, but yeah, I'm over enough that I can see. Now where I've stopped, I've not gone too close to the silver car in front, and I've stopped far enough out here that that car could come through, but while that car comes through, I've still got an open view down the road. If I like tucked in too much, I'm going to shut off my view. I'm also going to have a lot of steering to get out. Okay, so I'm just off I go. The other thing that might happen is if I went completely into the left there, then while I was waiting for that car to come through, another car might come. Sorry, my camera seemed to cut out there. So yeah, we continue down this road at the moment. We just cut out just there. I'm not going anywhere, so continuing along. So the other reason I was saying, if you stop too far into the left, if another car arrives behind you, it then might mistake you as a parked car, which wouldn't be so good, because then yeah, they might start to go round you, sort of like not expecting you to move. So continuing down here, the road curves round to the left. I can't really see it. Well, I can actually see today, I can see down the left of the van, it looks okay. But I'm just going to sort of approach, making sure I'm keeping the car in and looking down, and it looks okay, so I'm checking interior and right as I go. And if there was something coming, I've got the option there. Be careful there that you don't approach too far out, because if you're too far out to the right, then it might be possibly that you're then like in an area that if something's coming towards you, that you can't get out of the way. So I'm checking interior and left. So some more independent driving instructions are now going to be given to you, because we've done the first two there. And the next independent driving instruction could be that I want you to follow this road down to the end of it, where you're going to turn to the left. Now I can spot a car coming, I'm just going to move into here, and it does seem to come in. So again, you can see my position. I'm not too close to this parked car in front of me, because there's no point, it makes it harder. And also I can see right down the road. I've got a very clear sort of view there. So I can get myself ready, checking interior and right at the moment, and I'm starting to move now. defensively, if you start to move while that car is like just passing you, well, if there was somebody behind you, it'll still be with them, so then you're getting on the move sort of before them, so no one can sort of overtake you. Not that everybody's out to overtake you, but it keeps you sort of right. So down here, we're going to go to the end of the road, turn to the left, and then we're going to take the first road on the right, and then we're going to go straight on at the roundabout. Okay, so end of the road, turn left, first road on the right, then at the roundabout go straight on. So I'm turning to the left here. I'm braking gently, clutch goes down to first and coming right into this curve. Okay, so I'm looking up the road there, it looks clear. Now I don't know what's happening past the van here, so a lot of people here when I'm on lessons decide just to go for it. You want to come in behind the van like this, look through, it looks okay, so out we go. But make sure you take that line, treat that as two separate hazards. The first hazard is the junction, that's your first assessment, you've got to check that it's clear to get out of the junction. Your next one is it clear to go past that van? Don't decide to go for the whole thing, because if you come out the junction, brilliant, that might be okay, but if you come out the junction and decide just to go straight round that van and there is somebody coming towards you, well, it's not your right of way because the van's on your side. So we came out, end of the road, we turned left, and this is the first road on the right here, so I'm checking interior and right. Just checking these mirrors to come back in, because I want to be back on my side of the road. No one's coming towards me, so when the sensor goes underneath my door mirror, I'm going to spin the wheel and take myself in. So along I go. So the last instruction out of that set of directions was straight on at the roundabout. If you were unsure, then just ask and the examiner will tell you. But if you're, but yeah, like hopefully you remember, they won't overload you with things. So I'm just going to sort of slow down here. I'm going to give way to this car because the van's on my side. I probably could get through, but I'm going to just play it safe. That's it. And then check these mirrors, just in case somebody steps. I don't want to go overly close to that van and suddenly somebody steps out beside it or something. So at the roundabout along here, I'm going to be going straight on, following the road ahead, second exit. So I'm checking the interior mirror as I approach because I know I'm going to be braking. I can already see the other side of it, see if anyone's signalling to come round. That looks okay. I'm looking to the right here, all looks okay, so continuing on. There's a sort of tar line there, I'm going to follow around with that, staying on the outside of the roundabout here, and then mirror signal to say I'm coming off. So following around here, I've got to check that it's clear of these parked cars to continue through. Looks okay, so I'm checking interior and right. Sometimes, depending on the time, they might loop you in now and finish, or they might continue on and do another wee bit up here, which we're just going to do just in case they do. So there's a car coming down the hill, I'm going to give way because the obstruction's on my side. You can see my position, still in the middle here, that car's going to have no problem getting past. I'm kind of basically in the position for turning right. So it means my steering is minimal, I'm not too close to that, and it just keeps it all very easy for me. Because I can't see around there, I'm checking interior and left, I'm moving into the left here, so I get a clear view up the road. It looks okay, so I'm checking the mirrors as I come back out. If it was a straight road there, I wouldn't need to take that position to see, because I'd be able to see already. Okay, so we're going to stop on the left somewhere here. We're going to stop, let's see. The examiner would usually pull you up somewhere here on the left. We'll do it further up, just let this car come down. It's going to wait for me. Okay. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to stop just on the left here, the examiner will pull you up. They tell you not to worry about the drivers too much, so I'm stopping here. Okay, so it's the final bit of independent driving. We're going to drive up, take the first road on the left, take the first road on the left, and then the end of the road turn left. So left, 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 all the lefts, alright? So when you're ready, off you go. Bit of a hill start here, so bite, gas, check round, if you're happy, signal, release the handbrake, alright? Good. Turning left, so here it is, mirror, signal. I'm going to stay with the curb until I can see fully up this road. So I'm staying with the curb, I'm looking up the road there, it looks okay, so I can continue on. But I'm behind that car until I've committed to go out. Okay, first road on the left is here, mirror signal, okay? I'm just going to follow around with this curb, staying with the curb as it goes in. Looking down the road, it looks okay to continue, so I'm checking interior and right as I take the line out. I'm then going to check interior and left as I come back in. And then interior and right as I go back out. Lots of zigzagging about in this housing estate. But just keep up with those mirrors, just show the examiner that you're sort of on it, you're aware of it all. It's very important as well, it'll keep you sort of, you'll then suddenly be aware if anybody does something strange. Okay, I want to get back to my side of the road for this corner, so I'm checking interior and left. You can use the reflections in the windows a wee bit to give you maybe yourself a bit of warning if somebody's going to come towards you. And then it was the end of this road, turn left, so mirror signal. Brake braking gently, clutch goes down before the curve. I'm going to follow that curve all the way around, keeping the clutch down, just braking gently to come up, looking both ways, it all looks okay, so gas on, clutch up smoothly. Going to turn to the left at the end, so mirror signal, braking gently, see where the curve curves round, clutch goes down, I'm still in first, so I'm staying round at this curve as I come round, looking both ways, all looks okay, so gas on, clutch out smoothly. Okay, I'm going to follow this road round, I'm going to take the second road on the right now, okay? So that's the first road there, the second road is just going to be just round the corner. Now sometimes there's parked cars just as you come up, you may have to give way, so don't go straight out here. So there's a car coming, so I'm going to give way. You can see again, I'm nice and neat with the centre of the road, and I'm stopping long before these cars so I can see. All looks okay, so through we go. Okay, so I'm going right into here, I'm going mirror signal. I'm just going to stay in first gear because that parked car is opposite the junction. It's going to make this turn very tight. So I'm just going to come round in first, just going slowly. Okay, and then we're just going to turn right into the car park along here. So do mirror signal. I'm just staying in first gear, I'm just coming in slowly, assessing to see if anyone's coming along. It all looks okay, so I'm just going to steer myself in, and then the examiner will ditch in here. We're just going to pull in beside this car in the car park. So you won't have to reverse when you come in, you'll just go in slowly and you'll just come in forward. So you're just braking gently and coming to a stop there. Okay, that's it, and then the examiner will get you to turn the engine off. So that's you done a full test route, okay? Like that's you done the full driving test, and you can see that the independent driving is maybe a wee bit different. If you've not been up there with your driving instructor, it might be worth sort of getting them to take you up just to Balerno. You only need to do it once, just so you're familiar with some of those wee country roads. The test route's used sort of from time to time, like so it'd be worth being familiar with. It doesn't really change too much, so yeah, once you've done it, it should be the same. But yeah, good luck with it. If you have any questions or anything, or you would like to go out and have a look at any of these sort of areas, then please feel free to get in touch on our website and we'll see if we can sort of sort something out. But yeah, hopefully you're on the road soon, and yeah, that's helped.